So I'm going to tell on myself. I'm doing triple duty. I've got the Sin Compromiso Paladin de Saga 7-inch cigar. Loving it. It's only 3.5 inches long. I am. I'm loving this cigar. I really am. And I've been working a lot. I've been working a whole lot. And I got to double stack my videos, right? So I knew I wanted to smoke this cigar this morning. I wanted a great cigar to smoke. And so I did a review on it. Check out the review. I need the views. And we talked about the blend and we talked about the flavors and everything else. And then I still had 5.5 inches of cigar left. So I did a podcast. I did an hour podcast with this cigar. I did double duty, right? Episode 9. And so I did the podcast. And so I got the cigar. I'm sitting it down. And I said, okay, what I got to do on my list too? I still need to do my Saka Sunday. So I'm like, I still got a cigar. I could grab another cigar, but I'm really loving this cigar. I'm really digging this cigar. It's burning great. Its flavors are fantastic. And I'm not reviewing it. Doing reviews, I have to give myself a break between different reviews. If I'm doing a review of a different manufacturer of a different cigar, I don't want to go back to back on those. But a podcast, I'm just kind of talking and running my mouth. We talked a lot about tobacco and the tobacco process with the different primings, and we talked about Palone. We talked about a lot of stuff. It was really, really cool. Lots of information. If you want to nerd out, that's a great video to watch. Not that I know what I'm talking about, but I know people who do, and I've listened to them, so I'm just kind of parroting out the stuff that they've taught. But I'm like, I need to do my Sunday review, my Sunday series, sponsored by Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. And so I still got the cigar. I'm still loving the cigar. I'm not going to talk forever, so 3 inches of this cigar. And, this cigar's got now an hour and a half in it. It's usually I smoke a cigar faster, but this cigar just makes you want to slow down and just savor every puff. And just take that pause, right? And so I'm like, I'm not done smoking it. I'm just going to smoke it. So if you feel like you've been shortchanged because I'm smoking the same cigar 3 times, well, it's okay. I'll do better next time. I probably got to work the next 7 days, so I wouldn't have time to do content. So I'm just knocking these things out today. It's Sunday, so I'm just getting all these things cranked out on Sunday. So I hope you're having a great day. I want to talk about something that has been on my mind for a while. It's been on the mind of others. I don't know if you've noticed in the United States, because we have people outside the country that watch this video. I'm humbled and blessed that they do. People watch us all over the world. And so they may not be familiar with this, but in America right now, there is divisiveness. There is separation. There is frustration. There is. It's crazy. Next door neighbors getting angry at other next door neighbors because of what they put in the front yard. And it just gets awful, right? We could be 99% agreed on everything, but then there's this 1%. All of a sudden, we just consider each other the enemy. I'm going to tell you this. Pay attention. Nobody in America, just based upon Americans, is your enemy. They're not. They may not be your friend, but they're not your enemy. They're not. Not because of that. And so I've seen great people in cigar groups on Facebook that are moderators and media personnel and people in the cigar industry that have a media presence have said things like, y'all keep talking politics, I'm going to have to ban you, because that's not what this is about. And then other people in the industry pipe in on those comments and say, you would not believe how many people I've had delete from my Facebook because of all this political crap, right? All this, trying to think of the word of just venom. It's hateful. Some of it is just hateful. Some of it is misinformation. Some of it is overzealous. Just just pushing something way beyond what it really is to put forth a point. People are calling people bad names and diminishing and just God. And I gotta tell you, stop. If you're passionate about what you believe in, be passionate about it. Talk about it. But there's a way to talk about it. If your goal, if you and I have a difference of opinion, if I and you have a difference of opinion, which we will, but that difference is very, very important to me. And I believe that that difference, because you don't believe the way I believe, it actually diminishes your life or who you are, or it's bad for you. Drinking and driving. Well, we'll pick an easy one. Drinking and driving. Nobody should ever drink in excess and get behind the wheel of a car. It will ruin your life, end your life, cause consequences to people that have nothing to do with your decisions, and they are affected negatively. I don't think there's anybody here that would disagree with me that drinking and driving is a bad thing. But if I say everybody who drinks and drives is the devil, everybody who drinks and drives is the scourge of the world, they need to be drawn and quartered, they need to be strung up in the town square, they need to be flogged, they need to be excommunicated, they need to be flailed, or whatever, whatever destructive thing you could say. They're just the worst people in the world. They're just this and that and the other. Do you think that anybody's going to hear what you have to say that doesn't agree with you or is on the fence with it's not that big of a deal? If they say, during a driving, as long as it doesn't affect me, it's not that big of a deal, which is not true. But if that's their mindset, and I start talking all this vitriol, that's what I was looking for. Just bleh, mean, bashing, and say things like anybody who doesn't agree with me is stupid. Anybody who doesn't agree with me is an idiot. Everybody who doesn't agree with me is blah 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 blah. How dare you? You shouldn't be able to have kids because you're just pushing on a gene that does that crap. And it's crap. And I understand it's passion. But passion is kind of like wind. If wind is controlled, it will drive the sails of the biggest ships across the oceans. It will get you somewhere, and it will be powered and harnessed. But wind that is not controlled will level a trailer park. It's what you do with that wind. It's what you do with your passion. It is. And so my hope in this video is not to point fingers and say shame on you, because that's not what this is, because that's doing exactly what I say you shouldn't do. It's not what this is. What it is me saying that maybe you're not thinking through why you do what you do. Your passions and emotions have got you so worked up that you're not thinking clearly. If you send a text or you send a post and you just post it right after you send it, then you might not have taken the time to think about it. How often have I started earlier on in life, sent a post, and then 5 minutes later going, man, I wish I would not have sent that. I wish I would have said that better. So now I'm at a point to where if I want to do a post, I will put it in my notes on my phone, and I will let it sit there for an hour. There's nothing that I need to post that fast that would be controversial that it can't sit for an hour. I'll let it sit for an hour, go back and I'll read it. If it's something I feel like I still need to post and it's something I need to post the way that I need to post it and I feel so, then I'll post it. But if not, most often not, I will edit it or I will just not post it. I'm not going to get into the fact that you need to do your own research because there are groups of people that make money and make fame based upon getting you ticked off about their passion and their position so that you carry their torch, and it's really not a balanced perspective. If you don't have controversy, people don't watch. Our channel is testimony for that. Our channel, with the amount of content we put out and the amount of years we've been doing this, if we did controversy stuff, if we cussed, if we showed half-naked women, if we told dirty jokes, if we bashed cigars and cigar manufacturers, if we just did all that shock and awe crap, then we would be a lot bigger than we are, and we just choose not to do that. Very few media personnel can grow if they don't have some of that. There are some that are great. There are some that are fantastic and don't dive into that. But a lot of people that are in this kind of thing are divisive. So I'm asking you, if you're that person that has that passion, to ask yourself, what's my purpose? If I just want to make myself feel better and blast everybody else, then go ahead and post away and know that I will unfriend you. But if you're wanting some people to understand your perspective and engage in a conversation, a dialogue, to where you can share your points and listen to their points, and maybe if your points are right, they may change their perspective, and that may change their life for a positive. And maybe listening to them may change your perspective a little bit, and may change your life to a positive. I encourage you to take a pause. I encourage you to slow this anger, slow this decisiveness. We as a country are based upon our differences, and when we try to cancel everybody because they don't think exactly like us, we are not being the America that we should be. Next year we are going to be a country for 250 years. It's time for us to grow up and to make proper decisions dealing with social media. Thank God there was no social media when I was a kid coming up. But now that it is, it's so easy to post to millions and thousands of people and whatever. It's just, we don't have a time to pause. I'm asking you to take a pause. I'm asking you to take a moment. And maybe you think I'm just dumb. Maybe you think I'm just wrong. And that's fine. That's your opinion. And I'm fine with it. I am. But I hope that some of you hear what I have to say, and it's out of love. It's because I want you to be the best you can be, and I want, if your points are the best points, I want your points to be heard and absorbed instead of just heard and blocked and refused. So that's it. Just one old man talking to you in his shed, smoking a great cigar for the third video today. Life is good. You make the world a better place, and I mean that. I do. I love you. I'll see you later. Later, Tater.